There's a certain power in walking away, in knowing when to give space to others and, more importantly, to yourself. Often, we rush to fill the gaps in our relationships, the voids in our lives, believing that we need to be present all the time in every moment for everyone. But what if I told you that sometimes the greatest gift you can give to someone and even to yourself is the gift of absence? Embracing self-worth is the foundation upon which all healthy relationships, both personal and professional, are built. Too often we are conditioned to seek validation from external sources, our partners, friends, family, or colleagues. We seek approval, striving to meet others' expectations or to be accepted into their circles. But what happens when we neglect our own sense of value? We begin to settle for less than what we deserve, diminishing our potential and lowering the standards by which we live. True self-worth comes from within. It is not something that can be given to you by others, nor can it be dictated by the circumstances in which you find yourself. It is a reflection of how you perceive yourself, your abilities, and the boundaries you set. Recognizing your own worth means understanding that you are valuable, capable, and deserving of all the good things life has to offer, without having to compromise your authenticity or integrity. It means knowing that your time, energy, and love are precious and should never be squandered on those who don't appreciate them or on situations that don't serve your growth. When you truly embrace your self-worth, you stop seeking validation from people who are not aligned with your values. You learn to set boundaries that honor your time, your emotions, and your aspirations. Whether it's in a relationship, a friendship, or a work environment, you no longer settle for toxic dynamics or underappreciated efforts. You understand that your worth is not defined by how others treat you, but by how you treat yourself. You stop compromising your beliefs and desires for the sake of others and begin making decisions that reflect your personal growth and well-being. In relationships, embracing self-worth means that you don't tolerate disrespect, manipulation, or dishonesty. You understand that love is built on mutual respect and trust. And if those things are lacking, you don't hesitate to walk away. You deserve a partner who values you for who you are, who supports your dreams, and who encourages your growth. This principle also applies to friendships and professional endeavors. If you feel undervalued, unappreciated, or taken for granted, it's time to reevaluate your connections and ask yourself, am I truly valued here? Is this relationship contributing to my growth or holding me back? When you embrace your self-worth, you begin to make choices that honor your true self. You stop settling for mediocrity and start striving for excellence in all areas of your life. You begin to align your actions with your dreams, ensuring that the path you take reflects your highest potential. By embracing self-worth, you invite opportunities, relationships, and experiences that are in harmony with your authentic self. The value of space in relationships is often underestimated, but it is one of the most profound ways to foster growth, understanding, and deeper connections. In our fast-paced, hyper-connected world, we are constantly surrounded by people and information. We've been conditioned to believe that closeness means constant interaction, that the more time we spend with someone, the more our bond will strengthen. However, there is a unique power in giving yourself and others space to breathe, reflect, and grow. Space doesn't imply separation or disengagement. Rather, it's about creating the room for individual growth within the context of a relationship. Just as plants need space to spread their roots and grow strong, we too need time apart from those we care about to reconnect with our own sense of self, pursue personal goals, and reflect on the dynamics at play. Without space, we risk losing sight of our individuality, becoming so intertwined with others that we lose touch with our own passions, needs, and desires. When you give space in a relationship, it allows both parties to develop a deeper understanding of each other. Absence creates an opportunity for longing, a natural human experience that makes us appreciate what we have in a way that constant proximity cannot. When you step back, even for a short while, it allows your partner, friends, or family members to truly miss you. Not because they feel obligated to, but because they recognize your presence as valuable. It's not about playing games or creating distance for manipulation, but about giving each person the space to understand the worth of the other without taking that presence for granted. Moreover, taking space gives each person the time to reflect on their feelings and needs. In the busyness of everyday life, it's easy to get caught up in the cycle of obligations and routines. We can become so enmeshed in the details of a relationship that we forget why we came together in the first place. When given the chance to pause, we can assess the relationship's dynamics, check in with ourselves about how we feel, and determine whether we are moving forward in a healthy, supportive way. When space is embraced in a relationship, it cultivates a sense of independence and confidence within both individuals. It encourages a balance where both people can nurture their personal interests and goals, and when they come together again, the connection feels renewed and reinvigorated. Without space, relationships risk becoming suffocating, with both parties relying too heavily on each other for emotional fulfillment. Space, on the other hand, enhances trust, deepens connection, and fosters appreciation for one another's uniqueness. Independence is not merely the ability to stand alone. It is the freedom to create your own happiness, fulfillment, and sense of purpose without relying on others to define it for you. In a world where we are often encouraged to seek validation, support, and affection from those around us, it can be easy to fall into the trap of believing that our happiness depends on the approval or presence of others. However, true independence lies in understanding that your emotional well-being, your sense of worth, and your fulfillment are not determined by anyone else but yourself. When you rely on others for your happiness, you give away the power to control your own emotions and experiences. Your mood, your sense of worth, and your joy become tied to the actions, words, and opinions of people who may or may not always be in tune with your needs. It can lead to disappointment, frustration, and dependency as you put your happiness in the hands of external factors that are beyond your control. But when you learn to find happiness within yourself, when you become your own source of fulfillment, you tap into a deep well of inner strength that no one can take away from you. Being independent means understanding that your happiness comes from within, your passions, your achievements, your growth, and the ways you engage with the world around you. It's about finding joy in the things you do for yourself, whether it's pursuing a hobby, advancing in your career, or simply taking time for self-care. It means setting goals that align with your personal values and working towards them with determination, knowing that your success is not defined by others' expectations, but by your own commitment to your dreams. Independence also means not relying on anyone to make you feel complete. In relationships, whether romantic, familial, or friendships, we often hear phrases like, "you complete me," or "I can't live without you." While these sentiments are well intended, they can unintentionally suggest that our happiness is incomplete without the other person. True independence means knowing that you are whole just as you are. You don't need anyone to fill a void or to be the sole source of your joy. Instead, you cultivate a life that is rich and full with or without the presence of others. Furthermore, independence encourages self-reliance. It means that you take responsibility for your own well-being, both mentally and emotionally. Instead of looking for others to solve your problems or fill your emotional gaps, you learn to lean on your own resources, your resilience, your intellect, your creativity. You learn how to navigate challenges with confidence, knowing that you are fully capable of finding solutions and moving forward regardless of the external circumstances. Ultimately, independence is about empowering yourself. It is about cultivating the belief that you are enough, that your happiness is something you create, and that you have the strength to thrive on your own terms. When you embrace independence, you become the architect of your own life, crafting a future that is defined by your values, passions, and aspirations, not by the expectations of others. Respecting boundaries is essential to maintaining healthy, balanced relationships, whether with family, friends, or romantic partners. Boundaries are the invisible lines that define where one person's responsibility ends and another's begins. They represent a deep understanding of your own needs, feelings, and limitations, and they are critical to preserving your emotional, mental, and physical well-being. Without clear boundaries, relationships can become toxic, draining, and unhealthy, as people may inadvertently overstep, causing feelings of resentment, frustration, or even harm. Setting boundaries is not about building walls to isolate yourself from others. It's about creating space that allows for mutual respect and understanding. It's about communicating your needs and limitations clearly and assertively so others know what is acceptable and what is not. By setting boundaries, you teach others how to treat you, and you ensure that your needs and feelings are acknowledged and respected. It's a way to protect your time, energy, and emotional well-being without feeling guilty or selfish for doing so. Boundaries are not just about saying no to others, they are also about saying yes to yourself. Saying no when you need to is one of the most empowering things you can do. It allows you to prioritize your own needs and protect your emotional space. Saying yes to yourself means making choices that align with your values, desires, and goals. And understanding that your own well being is just as important as anyone else's. When you respect your own boundaries, you model that respect to others, helping to create healthier, more fulfilling relationships. In relationships, whether personal or professional, boundaries help to ensure that each person maintains their individuality and autonomy. When boundaries are not respected, one person may feel overwhelmed, controlled, or neglected, which can lead to resentment, conflict, or disconnection. By clearly communicating your boundaries, you set the tone for a relationship based on trust, respect, and mutual understanding. You show the other person that you value yourself enough to protect your space and that you expect them to do the same. Respecting boundaries also plays a significant role in fostering trust. When you honor the boundaries of others, you build a sense of safety and security in the relationship. It shows that you respect their feelings and needs and that you are committed to maintaining a healthy, balanced connection. It's important to remember that boundaries can evolve over time, and it's okay to renegotiate them as relationships grow and change. However, the fundamental principle remains the same. Clear, open communication and mutual respect for each other's limits are crucial for maintaining healthy and harmonious relationships. Ultimately, setting and respecting boundaries is not just about protecting yourself. It's about fostering healthy relationships where both parties feel heard, valued, and understood. When boundaries are respected, relationships thrive, and each person can show up as their authentic self without fear of overextension or exploitation. The power of absence is one of the most underestimated dynamics in human relationships. While we often believe that constant presence is the key to maintaining closeness and connection, sometimes stepping away, whether physically or emotionally, can amplify the value you bring to others' lives. Absence doesn't signify detachment or withdrawal. Rather, it creates space for reflection, longing, and appreciation. When you step back, even for a brief period, it allows those around you to realize just how much your presence matters to them. Absence has a unique ability to bring clarity. In the rush of everyday life, we can become so accustomed to each other's presence that we take it for granted. We become comfortable, perhaps too comfortable, and forget to truly appreciate the contributions of others. However, when someone is absent, whether due to distance, time, or circumstance, their absence forces a shift in perspective. It provides a chance for others to reflect on the role that person plays in their lives. The absence, in this case, acts as a reminder of the significance they hold, not just as a companion or a friend, but as a presence that adds value and meaning. In relationships, the power of absence can reignite a sense of longing and desire. When we're constantly available to others, there's a risk of becoming too predictable or even taking the relationship for granted. However, when we step back and allow for space, it introduces an element of longing. This longing doesn't stem from negativity, but from the natural human response to missing something or someone that has become an important part of one's life. Absence, in this sense, is not a negative thing. It creates a depth of emotion that isn't felt when someone is always within reach. It reminds people of the emotional connection they have with you and often brings a renewed sense of appreciation for your presence. Absence also plays a powerful role in creating a sense of mystery and allure. When we're always present, there's little room for curiosity or surprise. But when we create space, people start to wonder, where are they? What are they doing? How have they changed? This curiosity can deepen the desire to reconnect, to understand more, and to reignite the connection once it's rekindled. In romantic relationships, this absence can help preserve the excitement and emotional spark, allowing both individuals to grow and reflect on what the relationship truly means to them. Ultimately, the power of absence lies in its ability to cultivate a deeper sense of appreciation, longing, and connection. It encourages reflection, brings clarity, and strengthens bonds in ways that constant presence simply cannot. By embracing the power of absence, you allow others the opportunity to miss you, to recognize your value, and to honor the significance you bring to their lives. Self growth is a transformative process that requires time, reflection, and space to flourish. Often, when we are caught up in the daily demands of relationships, work, or external expectations, it's easy to lose sight of our own aspirations and personal development. Taking time apart from others, whether temporarily stepping back from social obligations or withdrawing from certain environments, gives us the opportunity to focus on ourselves, on our goals, dreams, and the areas of our lives that need nurturing. It's during these moments of solitude and distance that we can realign ourselves with our true potential. In a world where constant connectivity and external validation are the norms, stepping away allows for clarity. It provides a break from distractions and gives us the mental space to assess where we are and where we want to go. Self-growth isn't just about developing new skills or achieving external success. It's about introspection, understanding your desires, and taking intentional steps toward creating the life you envision. By removing the noise and pressure of others, you can fully immerse yourself in what truly matters to you, whether it's dedicating more time to personal passions, advancing in your career, or cultivating new habits. Time apart offers the freedom to focus on what you need to flourish. During this time, you can evaluate your goals with fresh eyes. It's easy to fall into routines that don't serve your long-term objectives, but by stepping away from distractions, you can reevaluate your path and recalibrate. This space encourages you to be honest with yourself about your goals, both personal and professional, and whether the steps you're taking are aligned with those dreams. It allows you to make the necessary adjustments, focus on your priorities, and design a path that truly reflects who you are and what you want to achieve. Moreover, time apart is a powerful opportunity for healing and growth. Self-reflection often requires solitude, and by embracing this period of self-focus, you give yourself the chance to work through past emotions, fears, or limiting beliefs. You have the space to address personal challenges, learn from past experiences, and evolve into a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. This personal growth is not only about advancing in the external world, but also about deepening your understanding of who you are and what you need to thrive. As you focus on self-growth during your time apart, you may also discover a newfound sense of confidence. The process of working toward your goals independently reminds you of your capabilities, your strength, and your resilience. It reinforces that you are fully capable of creating the life you desire and that you are the architect of your own future. This self-assurance is crucial as it not only propels you forward but also positively impacts the way you engage with the world and the people around you once you return to them. So let them miss you, let them realize how important you are, but more importantly, let them see how much you've grown in your absence. Use that time for your personal transformation, because when you return, you will be stronger, wiser, and more in tune with your own power. Remember, you are enough. And sometimes the greatest way to show your value is to simply let them miss you.